What up, guys? I just wanted to make a quick little video about my thoughts on Bitcoin and to answer the question, is it going to blow up? So, I'm not like an expert on Bitcoin or anything, but I'll just give you my thoughts. The pros of it, it's decentralized, which the idea is it takes all the corrupt governments out of it and no one can like manipulate it. Like with stocks, people can dilute the shares, they can do insider trading, there's different things they can do to manipulate it and stuff. So Bitcoin really doesn't have any owner. The guy that created it is like totally anonymous and there's no other crypto like that. Um if you look at all the inflation and the dollar is just devaluing, I think that's one argument for Bitcoin to protect against inflation. It You can transfer peer to peer across the country, across the entire world. Certain countries, not just the United States, but there's a lot of countries that just print money and there's massive inflation. So you can slowly add to Bitcoin uh, to fight against that. The other pro is it is limited in the amount that will ever be created. So it's uh it's just limited in that way that once they get to like 31 million, there's 29 million, but once they get to 31 million, that's it. So it's a limited resource. They're not just going to like keep printing more. Um so yeah, it's there's a lot of pros to it and it can kind of protect the value of your money. The cons of it are that it is pretty volatile, but if you go back, for the most part it's gone up. It's gone up way more than it goes down. So you can just dollar cost average. My plan is to just buy the dips. The other thing I could see is a lot of governments might come to try to shut it down. A lot of these kind of people pulling the strings and the top of governments really hate Bitcoin. And so we might see countries making laws against it. I think we already have seen it. Now that could go one of two ways. That could make people just buy it even more. Like, I remember when marijuana was illegal, people still use that all the time. So being illegal doesn't really necessarily stop people. And I'm not sure the amount that they really can crack down on it. There'll always be ways around that. And maybe some countries will get some good guys in and they'll be like pro Bitcoin and stuff. So yeah, that could go either way. It could make people just want to buy more, or that could like kind of crash it. But I really can't imagine a scenario where it could go to zero like that. So many things would have to go wrong and stuff. Like I can't imagine that. My feeling is that like banks are kind of becoming obsolete and stuff. Like not immediately, probably at least 10, 20 years, but people are kind of fed up with them and all the fees and all that. So people are looking for alternatives. And I think to me, I've invested in some cryptos and stuff. From this point forward, probably most likely it'll just be Bitcoin. I would suggest like not putting everything into it because yeah, it can be volatile and I don't think anyone knows for sure, but if you look at it from the beginning, uh, I don't think there's any stock that's come close to outperforming Bitcoin, like not even close. If you just look a year out, it's like doubled. So even that, there's not many stocks have done that just from like a year ago. If you guys know a stock that's outperformed Bitcoin since the inception of Bitcoin, let me know because I would really like to invest in that. So anyway, yeah, I just have uh maybe about $1,000. I'm up a couple $100. I kind of bought a lot of it at like not the best time, like kind of a peak. So I really wasn't an early on adopter, but yeah, couple 2 3 years ago I bought some and stuff, and then I bought a little more. Yeah, my plan is just try to hit at least $100 on the dips and stuff right now. Um, yeah, I definitely have more into stocks, but man, like I'm definitely big onto the Bitcoin, like you know, just as I've studied it this year and stuff, just for those reasons, it just makes a lot of sense. The dollar is just it's eroding rapidly. I mean, the US dollar I think is still the strongest in the world and it's strong, but like inflation is pretty extreme. Like they say like 8% and stuff, but you look at some of the groceries compared to like a year or two ago, they're up like 40, 50, 60%. So I don't buy the 8% thing. There's stuff that's like cost double, like a lot of stuff. So, and like, housing keeps going up, but if you like save for housing in Bitcoin over like the last 5 years or something, yeah, you're good. Housing really hasn't gone up for you if you look at it like that. So, yeah, I would if you don't have any Bitcoin, um at least get some. At least get some, I feel like. There's always a risk with anything, but yeah, you're not gonna become wealthy not taking risk, that's for sure. So you can dollar cost average, maybe do like $20 a week or whatever. I wish I had more cash flow. I'm waiting for certain indicators to set up and buy the dips. Just do the money flow rules on it. So right now, at this moment in time, I'm just kind of waiting. It's not the exact setup or whatever. So, but yeah, I think there'll be dips along the way, and I'll just hit those. I think my prediction, like I would be shocked if it doesn't hit 100,000 before the year 2030. If it's not past 100,000, I would just be totally shocked. Also, the halving event comes up in April of next year, and I need to study up more on that, but I think it just makes it like twice as hard to mine it or something, is kind of my understanding. I need to check up on that. So that should make it go up. There's some Bitcoin ETFs, so a lot of these big companies are going to have to buy a bunch of Bitcoin for that. That has the potential to make it go up. So, yeah, there's a lot of variables, and but yeah, uh, yeah, I think it could blow up. Still, I think it has a lot of upside. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts on it. Peace.